cries out to the man on the street, "Sir, can you help me? It's cold and I know where to sleep. Is there somewhere you can tell me?" Walks on, doesn't look back. He pretends he can hear her. He starts to whistle as he crosses the street. Seems embarrassed to be there. Oh, think twice. It's another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice. It's another day for you and me in paradise. Just think about it.
This was our gas chamber that we took out of service, and now on our euthanasia we only do just like the vet, by injection only. People had so many different complaints and stuff about the animals in the gas chamber. The gas chamber kind of worked just like carbon monoxide poisoning. Basically you shut the door, fill the chamber up with carbon monoxide, and they passed away.
So do a lot of shelters still do that?
No.
Yeah.
The Humane Society of the United States stepped up and offered money for any shelter that would take them out of service.
Okay.
Y'all can go up here, just don't touch anything in here. This is a stray hole for dogs on bite quarantine. So they stay here for 72 hours and see how their temperament is. If their temperament is good, then they move over to the adoption clinic.
The non-answer is that it depends, because some of them are scared because they've never been around people, and so those are just needing socialization. That's not really an issue. But when you get an animal that's damaged, and that's like PTSD, I mean, that's exactly what's wrong with the PTSD. It becomes more of an issue because not only do you have to worry about keeping this animal safe, but keeping a human safe. So if you have like a Chihuahua that has PTSD and bites, it's probably not going to do as much damage as if you have like a German Shepherd that has PTSD that bites. So I did, like I said, I've done no-kill work. I've done kill work. From the cases that I've seen with like bite animals, I personally would not adopt out a big dog that has aggression issues, because you don't know what the trigger could be. You don't know everything from the past, and you're risking somebody's life if it goes off. And people think that's horribly mean and cruel. If you take it from the animal's perspective, this animal is terrified. He does not like this situation. He's not happy about it, and he's living his life like that. So that's a disease. It's a mental disease, but it's a disease. And so, we'll euthanize them because they have diabetes, but oh no, we're going to help this animal that is terrified every single day of its life. Which one's meaner, It's like, so again, I had to change my logic to do what I have to do. So for me, I won't do that. Now, there are many vets that will do behavioral training, do medications and things like that. I'm going to say that they're absolutely wrong. No, but for me, I'm not going to do that. I've seen too many babies with bad scars and bad things.
Every Friday night, rescue pulls from here, and as you can tell now, we're a little low on the stray hole side, because we had 13 leave last Friday night, so that's why the kennels are low right now. Yeah, these are guitar men. Come on, let's try it. He said they won't be quiet, and really, he'd come in there and hit it about 3 strings, and the dogs just whoop, was like silence.
She cries out to the man on the street. He can see she's been crying. She's got blisters on the soles of her feet. She can't walk, but she's trying. Whoa.
So we went back, and then that's when we, did the recording of it, and it's been good. We've done a couple more. He done the Christmas one, so it's been really good.
The kids come and read too, don't they?
The kids come and read. We have a lot of juniorettes come, of course. So we love having a community here. Before, we never got anybody to come to the old shelter. So it's really nice to have, that now. We have a lot of volunteers coming in and out. That's good.
I found that it helped me deal with my PTSD, and it actually helped me get off my meds. And I was on meds for over 20 years, and after working with the dogs for 6 or 8 months with my doctor's help, I was able to get off my meds, and it's been close to 3 years now. So that's me personally. Satisfaction of helping these animals, because they're broken sometime, and I'm kind of broken, so we got a lot in common. And we have a good time together, and I help the staff when I can, and so it becomes really, there's no work involved for me. I enjoy it. Come here, usually try to get here every day, and usually one of the weekend days I'm off, but it's kind of sort of a full-time. But I try to make it, I try to come here as much as possible, and I think it's important that the animals get out as much as they can. Makes for a better dog to adopt.
Friendly?
Oh yeah, it's very friendly. You look at it.
Just need some love.
You see how he calmed right down once y'all started rubbing?
Let's find out what that is. It's possible he could eat it. So these folks here in town, I try to get the word out to them as much as I can. And that's the big thing right now, is getting the word out to people and making them understand, things like that, things like PTSD and such, and stress and anxiety, depression. They're an illness, just like you get cancer. They need to be treated. And this is part of the treatment right here. So, walking a dog.
And that's one thing, we're judge anybody that comes in that door. If they want to come in and they want to volunteer and they want to help, please feel free. We actually are working some with Grace Ministries here, which is a local group here that helps recovering addicts. And so they've been bringing a few here to start doing the same thing, volunteering, walking dogs, helping, and it's working too. We want to better give back and help our community as much as we can.
So they have no-kill shelters, where they will choose the ones that they keep in, and then keep them until they find them home. And so everybody really likes that because, nobody's being euthanized. But the converse of that, because I did work in a no-kill shelter too, is they choose who they take in, who's the most adoptable, and so the other ones are getting declined. That and the animals who don't get adopted, there is behavioral issues that come with being confined. So if you have an animal that isn't a no-kill shelter year after year after year, that cannot be good too. So that's a problem. Then you have your traditional animal control kill shelters, and they will take in animals, try to find their owners. If they can't find their owners, there's no identification. After a certain amount of days, euthanize. And people think that, when that day comes up, that's it, they euthanize them. That's not really the case. Most of them will try to keep them as long as they possibly can. So say the minimum that you have to keep them is 3 days. If they have space, they will keep them. They will keep them as long as they possibly can, because they don't want to euthanize them either. And if they have ones that they know are friendly and highly adoptable, they will call the no-kill shelters and be like, hey, I got a Chihuahua that loves everybody. Can you come get it? So even though they're quote unquote a kill shelter, they're not heartless.
Earlier when we talked about, how the citizens perceive us, the citizens always think that we're here to take their animal and we're going to kill it, is what everybody says on the street. We are a kill shelter. We do our very best to get every animal out of here that we can. I'm not coming to take your pet to kill it. I want you to be able to keep your pet if you can. We want to assist you in any way to help you keep your pet. But that's been one of the biggest challenges, is making people realize that's not what we're here for. Our name used to be Vance County Animal Control. One thing that we did is we changed it to Animal Services, because we offer so much more in this community than just animal control. We talked about the spay and neuter program. If we can help you, that's what we're here for. I did get some numbers that we would talk about for 2018. The intakes of the animals that come in here, we did a number 2,341 is how many animals come through the shelter in 2018. Out of that 2,341, we did 280 adoptions, rescued over 1,579, and euthanized 305 animals, and that's a percentage of 13% euthanasia rate for this shelter. And we're very proud of that. So you figure that is 1,579, about 1,900 animals out of the 2,300 left here. So that's pretty amazing, and we're very grateful for the community and everybody who supports us.